Have you ever had the week where every single day feels like it's been a month? That's been my week. It felt like the week where the pressure is insurmountable. It's one thing after the other. You've got your school projects, travel, there's difficult situations, unexpected problems, things that say, I need your attention, but I've got nothing left to give. And underneath all of this is emotional weight that I'm carrying quietly. There are some situations in life that are difficult to explain and very difficult to live. Situations that become so intense, you eventually realize you cannot keep standing in the same place and expect to be okay. I've reached that point this week. I've been trying to help, trying to take care of things, trying to be there for people I love, and somewhere along the way I had taken on responsibilities that were never really mine to carry. I think sometimes when we genuinely want to do good, we can take on burdens simply because we care. But caring does not mean we are called to carry everything. Eventually, the pressure becomes overwhelming, and you can feel like you're drowning, and honestly, it'll come to a point where you don't know what to do anymore. So I cried out to God, not with beautiful prayer or the right words, just, God, please help me. And somehow, in the middle of all the confusion, a way out came. God removed me from that situation that had become unhealthy and unsafe for me. And what surprised me the most was what happened afterward. I could breathe again. The weight lifted and my mind became clearer. My emotions began to settle. And I realized something I probably should have understood sooner. God never asked me to carry what He had not given me. Sometimes we become exhausted because we are carrying responsibilities that God never placed on our shoulders. We think being a good person means always saying yes. We think loving people means sacrificing ourselves endlessly. We think stepping away means we have failed. But sometimes stepping away is wisdom. Sometimes saying, I can't do this anymore is not selfishness. Sometimes it's obedience. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Notice that Jesus didn't say, carry it until you break. No, He said, come to me. And maybe that is where some of us need to go from here. Not towards another solution, not another responsibility, and do not try to fix it harder. No, just go towards God. Because life can become overwhelming, and there will be weeks when everything seems to happen all at once, and there will be moments when you genuinely wonder, where do I go from here? The answer isn't always that you need to figure out your entire life today. Maybe you just need to take the next step with God. Let Him show you what belongs in your hands and what doesn't. Let Him remove what is destroying your peace. Let Him restore what the pressure has taken from you. And don't be ashamed to cry out when you've reached your limit. Your tears don't mean you have failed. They may simply be the place where you finally stop trying to carry everything yourself. This week taught me that doing good is good. Helping people is good. Loving people is good. But there is also wisdom in knowing something is no longer good for you. You can love someone and still have boundaries. You can care and still step away. You can want the best for someone and still recognize that you cannot save them. And sometimes the blessing isn't that God changes the situation. Sometimes the blessing is that He makes a way for you to leave it. So if you're listening today and you're exhausted or overwhelmed or quietly asking, where do I go from here? Start there. Cry out to God. Tell Him the truth. You don't have to make it sound spiritual. Trust me, it's already spiritual. Just tell Him where you are and trust that He sees what you cannot see. Because even under pressure of life, God is still able to make a way. And sometimes the way forward begins with you finally putting down the weight you were never meant to carry. And that is how your restoration will begin. A crazy moment is not your whole story. Whatever this week has looked like for you, I hope you give yourself permission to breathe, to pause, and to trust God with what you cannot control. And when tomorrow comes, you don't have to face it carrying yesterday. Take what you've learned, leave what hurt you, and walk forward with God. And until next week, take care of your heart, take care of your mind, and remember, there's still more ahead. Have an awesome weekend.